as the 76ers get ready to defend home court in the Eastern Conference. Welcome, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And guys, what do you think we're going to be looking for in this one from Noel?
You look at Noel, guys, he's an athletic, bouncy, 6'11" big man with a 7'4" wingspan. It's no wonder he's been a dynamic shot blocker before he arrived in the NBA, and now it's just a matter of getting bigger and stronger.
You know, I love the fact that he's always turned up. His motor is excellent. Now, he's got to recover from that ACL injury, but I tell you what I saw of him as a shot blocker, a guy who runs the floor, rebounds both backboards, and is a pretty good passer right now, and I think will smooth out and expand his offensive game. Keep an eye on his development. He could be a very impactful player.
Here's Horford after the made shot from Evan Turner. Williams for three, and that one's good. Williams has got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter. You know, I don't get caught up in whether Horford is a power forward or center. All I know is he can ball, and his skill set allows him to be productive and consistent.
76ers on defense. It's a three-point game, and stolen by Richardson. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Carter Williams kicks to Richardson. Young passes to Richardson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And Horford, a great combination of skill, speed, and toughness.
Yeah, but he's one of my favorite players in the league. Just such a high skill level, but tough. He rebounds, he defends well. He can guard either the power forward or center position. And a winner, for he won 2 NCAA championships at Florida.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And here is Carter Williams. The dish to Richardson. From the arc. Horford with the rebound. Hawks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Teague dishes to Williams. Launches a 3. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. And it's 6 points for Williams.
What a terrific job to get the release perfect that time. I thought it might get blocked or deflected, but nice stroke.
Even with giving up a lot of size in that matchup, still able to get off a nice long-range shot there.
The shot by Turner, no good. The Hawks leading by 6. Some firepower, Clark and Steve, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, a little swagger here from this team. They're in a nice groove. Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
First one falls for him.
Well, Lewis Williams has 2 things working for him on the offensive end. First, he is lightning fast, and secondly, he shoots the ball so well that he's able to use a great pump fake, and he really keeps defenders guessing.
And Williams drops them both. Going back to Williams, more turnover prone last season than we're used to seeing.
Yeah, that's normally a strength of his, Kevin. High volume offense without turning it over. Of course, he changed teams, so perhaps adjusting to the new system made him a little more mistake prone.
Now here's Turner. Clock at 6. To end the run. And Young with the basket on the assist by Turner.
That mid-range jumper, just another one of his weapons.
The Hawks leading by 6. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Horford in the post. He's covered by Noel.
4 of 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
Carter Williams, the pass to Richardson. Releases. And he knocks down the jumper. Here's Williams. He's got 8. The feed to Millsap. Blocked, but he recovers it. Back to Williams. double team on Williams. Millsap with it, and Young picks him up defensively. And it's out of bounds to the Hawks as Atlanta retains possession.
3 seconds to the shot clock.
3. And the Hawks with possession here. They lead by 4. A nice shot by Teague.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Now here's Turner. Richardson for 3, and he gets it to go. Richardson's got 7.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Teague kicks to Horford. Back to Teague. Just 5 to shoot. Williams with the ball. Now defended by Carter Williams. Teague for 3. The shot, no good. Nice D from Richardson. The 76ers trail by 3. Carter Williams kicks to Turner. Rebound, Atlanta. And Williams, here we go. And that one's good. 10 points for him.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Carter Williams dishes to Turner. It's Richardson on the wing. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
Yep, that's twice in a row now where they've done exactly the opposite and backed off.
Now here's Williams. He's got 10. Teague, the pass to Horford. The baseline J. No good off the back of the rim. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Richardson kicks to Carter Williams. Back to Richardson. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket for Atlanta. They've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And that one's good. Millsap. Millsap's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, I think that could really set things up well the rest of the game. Pound the ball inside and let your perimeter players play off your bigs.
And the 76ers making a change here. Hawes is checked in. Here's Carter Williams. He kicks to Richardson. Feeds it to Carter Williams. Back to Richardson. Clock at 4. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Another miss by Philadelphia.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Jumps up, finishes the break with a slam.
Reversed that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body control.
Oof. Oh, that one had it all, guys. Power and grace. Just beautiful.
So it's Atlanta now. Outside Teague. Millsap's against Young. Millsap kicks to Williams. A 15-footer, and that one's good. Williams has got 12 points in the game.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Now, here is Young. He dishes it to Carter Williams. On the wing, Turner. 6 to shoot. Fires, high post, and the jumper falls for him.
Well, Mike Budenholzer, you know, the new coach of the Hawks, spent 19 years with the San Antonio Spurs, including 17 as an assistant. Well, you couldn't ask for a better teaching ground than that.
Now here's Williams. He's got 12. Teague kicks to Millsap. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Atlanta making some changes. Eldon Brand's checked in for Millsap. Damari Carroll comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Jenkins in for Lou Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jenkins, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Hawks lead by 4. And back to Budenholzer, who's with the Spurs for 19 years. Steve, the Spurs, the winningest team in pro sports over the last 15 years.
Yeah, I'm glad that Budenholzer has finally gotten his chance. I played for him for 4 seasons. He's a guy who loves the game. He's very dedicated, hardworking, and has learned from probably the best coach in the NBA during his time in San Antonio. Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Here's Schroeder. Has to bring. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Look at the points in the paint, the inside game. It's been very one-sided here for a while now.
Well, the defense just hasn't been physical enough at the rim. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have come from the paint.
Now here's Turner. Turner gets the screen from Ultra. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the 3-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark.
Here's Horford. Puts up the baby hook in Atlanta again with the bucket. And Philadelphia has possession. Trailing by 2. Anderson dishes to Turner. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, last year nobody was quite sure of the role Evan Turner would have, but as the season went on, he played his way into the rotation by earning the trust of his coach. I thought he made some good strides in his game.
And he makes the first. And Turner, the number 2 overall pick back in 2010. Clark, it seemed NBA stardom awaited, but so far, it just hasn't worked that way.
It's still on the horizon for him. You got to remember now, he's only in his 4th year. He's a terrific ball handler, rebounder, 6'7", can play the point forward position for you. The Sixers traded away Iguodala and handed him the reins, and I think sometimes you can do that prematurely. And it'll be interesting to see how Evan steps into that higher expectation role now.
Here's Schroeder. In low to Brand. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
A lot of high hopes for Elton Brand to revive his dominant ways with the move to Dallas, but he sunk further away from what he once was. And hey, this is what happens. You get older, your play starts to suffer a little bit.
The first free throw is good. As you said, with Brand, had career lows across the board, and his statistics largely due to the lack of minutes he played. But that was in part, I think, of how inefficient he was at times too, Clark.
And I think Brand will still be able to contribute to a team, but I think it'll be as a role player, and I agree with Steve on that. Certainly I don't think we'll see him do 20 and 10 as he was. He was a 20-10 guy for a long time earlier in his career.
And so Brand nails both of them.
Well, Elton Brand is a former #1 overall pick back in '99, guys, and despite that, was one of the most underrated star players from his days with the LA Clippers. Now he's starting to slow down. He's on the other side of that career mountain, if you will. But he's still a quality big man.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to talk with Mike Budenholzer for just a moment. He said they'll have to do a good job moving their feet on the defensive end or they'll get dunked on all night. He told me that they are very aware of the slashers and finishers they're facing and will try to turn them into jump shooters. Let's see how successful they are, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. 1:35 left to play in the first. Here's Schroeder, guarded by Hawes. Schroeder kicks to Horford. From 13 feet, it goes down. Horford's got 6. And Brand always has played bigger than his 6'8" height with those long arms of his.
Yeah, and an underrated defender, Kevin. Offensively, he's always been a very consistent mid-range jump shooter and can score around the basket, but he guards the post pretty well.
And the 76ers call time here.
Well, there's a new ownership group in Philadelphia as of 2011, and in this offseason, they pulled the trigger and brought in new leadership in the front office. Looks like they're jumping on the analytics bandwagon, hiring the former brain trust of the Houston Rockets.
Here is Anderson to the inside. Pause, and he banks in the layup. Pause got his first basket.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
And back to the Sixers. I guess for the Wall Street ownership group, going mathematical is something they were, Steve, pretty comfortable with.
Well, it's something that a lot of teams are going to now, Kevin. The new owners, a lot of them businessmen, they want to turn to math to try to figure this whole thing out. Bottom line, though, is it's a combination. It's not just stats. It's talent, stats, chemistry, coaching. It's a lot of things that goes into winning.
And the Hawks with possession here. The 17-footer, and he gets the bucket.
They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
Well, they might as well continue to pull up and let it fly.
Now here's White. Here's Turner. Here's Moultrie. And good work on the boards that pick up the second chance points. Moultrie's got it all tied up now for the 76ers. Here's Schroeder. Turner covering. Schroeder passes to Brand. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brand's got 6 points.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Now here's Turner. 11 points in the game.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
Yeah, and even though it's early, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Here's Schroeder. White covering. Schroeder kicks to Horford. With 4 seconds on the clock. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
22 seconds on the shot clock. 22. Checking in for the 76ers, Michael Carter-Williams.
One second left, and Elton Brand again. Brand's got 8 points.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Hawks lead by 4. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
You got to like the consistency they're showing with that mid-range shot.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Hawks. Korver at the 3 with Paul Millsap at the 4. Jeff Teague and Lou Williams, the back. And it's Brand in at the center, locking down the middle. It's stolen by Teague. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, his finishing ability is what jumps out at me, guys. Just so many times he'll leave his feet and then completely change his shot midair and still find a way to hit it.
Yeah, I think he's got that acrobatic DNA. He's got that improvising gene working for him, and that's a skill you really can't teach.
The first one falls.
A big step forward once again for Jeff Teague last season. He continued to up his scoring and assist totals and had one of his best years from the free throw line to date.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws. And Steve, back to Teague. He's working on that outside shooting, but as a point guard, Clark, he's very effective around the rim with those little in-between shots you like so much.
Kevin, I love the arsenal he has, and every point guard needs to have those runners, floaters, flippers, I call them. You've got to have that. You're not always going to be able to get to the rim against such against bigger guys. And, Steve also mentioned his good free throw percentage, so the more he can get himself to the line, the better for him and his team.
And here is Williams after the 3 moments ago from Anderson. It's Williams with the drive, the pass to Brand. Here's Millsap, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Millsap's got 6.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
T kicks to Williams from outside the arc. Another 3 for Atlanta.
There's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Now here's Richardson. 12 points for him. The kick out to Young. Anderson outside. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Teague. Teague's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Dishes it to Korver. For 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Young's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Anderson dishes to Carter Williams. Pass to Richardson. Right wing. A 3 from Anderson. And he gets it to go. Anderson's got 9 points.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm. Outside Teague. He's looking for Brand and finds him. Fades back. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them. Now here's Richardson, covered by Korver. Noel with it. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Nerlens Noel, 6'11", out of Kentucky, big wingspan, about 7'4". So he's a player who has a chance to be an incredible shot blocker. Of course, following in the footsteps of Anthony Davis at Kentucky.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That free throw missing. And back to Noel, still very slender. The question for him has been, does he have the strength to play? Not right now. He's got to get stronger. He's first got to recover from that ACL tear that he suffered. But if, in fact, he can get stronger, I love his motor, and I like his potential to become better as an offensive player. There's a lot to withstand inside in the NBA. No question about it. So he can't get either to fall. Last season the Hawks were a solid team on the road. Nothing spectacular. Really what you'd expect from a 3 seed in the East. Ended the year with a 19-22 road record. Not bad. Teague, the pass to Korver. Back to Teague. He feeds it to Millsap. Just 5 to shoot. Buries it down low. Millsap's got 8 points. Philadelphia with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Clark, you said it about the Hawks last year, 19-22 on the road. You really need to hover around 500 on the road. Don't you think, Steve, to position yourself for the playoffs?
No question. As long as you can control your home court and get a good record there, then 500 on the road is just fine. But this is a Hawks team that's looking to take the next step, Kevin, to really become elite. They've been kind of stuck in the middle for a while now.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. The ball has to be fed into the low post much more than it has been to this point. That was his message. He said, they're giving us room down low. Let's take advantage of it. He also went on to say that he wants to see good movement on the perimeter and plays being run to get their outside shooters open. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Teague after the miss from Carter Williams. Shot clock at 6. Teague kicks to Korver. A 3-ball. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 5th assist in this one. And Philadelphia has possession. Trailing by 13. Anderson gets the screen from Hawes. Here's Carter Williams. Pass to Richardson. 5 to shoot. Now Young inside.
Good. The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
The Hawks leading by 11. Now Teague. Kicks it to Brand. Poked away. On the wing, Jason Richardson, covered by Corbin. Young dishes to Richardson. Young sets a screen for Richardson. Deep 2 from Anderson. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Williams kicks to Teague. Back to Williams. There's the dish to Millsap. It's blocked. Now here's Carter Williams, covered by Brand. Carter Williams kicks to Hawes. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
The Hawks leading by 7. Now here's Teague. The feed now to Brand. The turnaround jumper. That's good. And so Teague with the assist. And that's now 10 points for Brand.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Young, a screen on Teague. Carter Williams with the bucket.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Williams passes to Brand. Into Millsap. Outside Williams. Back to Millsap. And here's Richardson. He's got 12. Carter Williams off the pick from Young. Young sets a screen for Carter Williams. Young outside. Carter Williams dishes to Young. Expanding his range, and the basket good. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Hawks leading by 4. Atlanta calls timeout.
Thaddeus Young last season stepping into the full-time power forward role for the Sixers. It's kind of a mismatch waiting to happen because he's undersized at 6'8", but way too quick for most of the guys guarding him.
Atlanta making some changes. Al Horford, he's checked in for Brand. Damari Carroll comes in for Kyle Korver. And it's Jenkins in for Williams. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. And for Thaddeus Young, with the league going more towards quickness and mobility, Clark, that's certainly going to fit his strengths well.
That is absolutely right. He's not a really strong rebounder. His lack of size does make him vulnerable to post up, but he's one of the best slashers in the game. In the end, the mismatches tend to usually play out in his favor.
Anderson's shot is off. Atlanta's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Here's Schroeder. Turner covering. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. Here's Horford, and he converts the layup. Horford's got 8 points.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Now here's Carter Williams. Moultrie setting the pick for Turner. White loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
Horford with it, guarded by Moultrie. Puts it up from 7. It's hauled in by Moultrie.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Carter Williams off the pick from White. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Moultrie setting the pick for Carter Williams. From deep. It's rebounded by Jenkins. The Hawks leading by 4. Carroll kicks to Schroeder. Good! Schroeder's got his second basket.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Anderson gets the screen from White. Anderson with the ball. He's picked up by Jenkins. Anderson's shot is off.
That was a layup, and you've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Here's Schroeder. He's guarded by Carter Williams. Schroeder passes to Jenkins. 6 on the shot clock. Shot misses. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Moultrie setting the pick for Carter Williams. To the left wing. He kicks it to Moultrie. Turner gets the screen from Moultrie. Turner dishes to White. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. White's got 4 points this quarter.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Schroeder kicks to Horford. Puts it up from 12. No good off the front iron. The 76ers trail by 4. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Carter Williams with it. The kick out to Anderson. There's the 3, and he gets it to go. Anderson's got 14 points.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
Feeds it to Turner. He dishes it to Carter Williams. Moultrie setting the pick for Carter Williams. White the pass to Turner. Dishes it to Moultrie, so they take the lead. And the 76ers lead by 1.
Great last-second decision to pull that shot back and make the feed instead.
Schroeder kicks to Horford. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, Horford missed a big chunk of that 2011-12 season after he tore the pectoral muscle in his shoulder. But he bounced back last season, and he arguably had his best year of his NBA career.
The first one falls. And going back to Al Horford, a career-high Clark last season in minutes played.
Yeah, he averaged a double-double for the first time in his career, Kevin, so that injury didn't give the Hawks pause. They rode Horford more than ever, and he was up to the challenge.
And the 76ers making a change here. Noel's checked in. So Horford gets 2.
I think it's fair to say that the top of the Eastern Conference has been getting tougher over the last few seasons. Unfortunately for the Sixers, they've headed the other direction. They've been going south, and part of why they were on the outside of the playoffs looking in. Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Hawks have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice efficient 50%. Schroeder passes to Millsap. Here's Schroeder, guarded by Noel. Here's Schroeder. Pass to Jenkins. Out of bounds, Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
Well, that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
17 seconds left in the first half. No good on the quick 3. Outside Turner. There's the pass to Carter Williams. And it's Turner off the drive. Good work defensively by Horford.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. 76ers ahead, leading by just one. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Jason, after trailing early on in this ball game, what made the difference for turning this game around?
Just staying with it. We're going through a tough stretch, and we got to stay focused and stay together, and that's a lot of character that we pulled together and got the league going into halftime.
Well done, Jason. We appreciate the time. Gentlemen.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And welcome to the halftime show. A close game right now out at Wells Fargo Center. It's been the 76ers scrapping it out. And from outside, you couldn't shoot it much better than this. They are scorching hot from beyond the arc. A nice contribution out of James Anderson in the first half. He's up to 14 points, and he's been able to provide some nice assists as well.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
And what a game for Williams. He has 18 points, and he's hit 4 from beyond the arc. A weapon with those three-point shots.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, he is using the long-range jumper to deadly effect, Clark.
Carter Williams and Jay Rich in the backcourt. Evan Turner and Thaddeus Young at the forward slots. And it's Noel in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. On the wing, Williams. Turner covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Williams has got the first basket of the second half here for the Hawks. Carter Williams kicks to Young. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Back to Richardson. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
Now here's Teague. Williams dishes to Horford. It's tipped and stolen by Richardson. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the official. What was supposed to be a fresh start for Jason Richardson last year never really came to fruition, guys. I mean, not very far into the year, he had a bad injury to his left knee and had to close things down for the season.
He's off on the first. And for Richardson, surgery last season to repair a cartilage tear in his left knee when he played for Philadelphia.
Well, in his prime, he was one of the most explosive leapers in the NBA. Former dunk contest champion. Began to lean on his three-point shooting as his career went on. Been a very productive player over the years.
And he sinks the second.
The Hawks made the playoffs again, but ended up losing in the first round to the Pacers in 6 games. Dropped the first 2 in Indiana, won the next 2 in Atlanta, but it all ended when the Pacers got him in Game 6.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, and for the Hawks, it's been 6 consecutive seasons with basically this group. Certainly Joe Johnson left as a free agent to Brooklyn. But, Steve, they have yet to get past the second round in any of those playoff runs.
I think that's why they decided to part ways with Josh Smith and originally with Joe Johnson 2 seasons ago, just to make that next step, to start fresh. And they may take a dip here, but I think that the future does look bright.
Good on the second free throw.
A lot of high hopes for what Lou Williams could do with a new team last year. It really started off quickly with Atlanta, had some good games, but eventually the season went down the drain with that knee injury in January.
Now here's Carter Williams. Back to Young. Clock at 6. Good work defensively by Millsap. And for Williams, quickness, a big part of his game. We'll see how the knee affects his game, Clark.
You know, it normally takes a year or so to get back to playing, 2 years to get back to 100%, but he signed to a very cap-friendly contract, so Atlanta may be able to weather his loss until he's back to his old self.
Now, here's Richardson, following the miss by Paul Millsap. Now, Carter Williams. Young outside. Again, Young missing.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Love what I'm seeing from them in the paint.
Teague, the pass to Williams. Into Horford. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Horford's got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, even though there have been a lot of changes over the past few seasons in Atlanta, the team has rebounded despite the turnover in coaches and players. Al Horford said it came together quickly because of the GM, saying, quote, "We understood he was trying to do some things in a different way." Sounds like they have a good understanding on what they are trying to accomplish here, guys.
A lot of talent, Doris, and they're keeping them all working together. Here's Carter Williams, and that one's good. Carter Williams has got his second bucket.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Pass to Horford. Shot from 12, and he gets it to go.
And they've made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's guarded closely. Richardson for 3. A second chance effort, and the layup is good from Noel. And the 76ers lead by 2. Hawks have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. A nice shot by Teague.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Passes it to Young. Turner up top. Millsap covering. Millsap with the steal. Right side Teague. Outside Millsap. Back to Teague for the lead, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Boy, 76ers had a season they'd like to soon forget. But the one thing they were able to do last year was win at home. Good thing, too, given how unforgiving Philadelphia fans can be. No tougher sports fans in all of sports than Philadelphia.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And back to the 76ers at home. Never a good idea to be under 500 at home in a city that has booed Santa Claus before. Steve, luckily they were able to avoid that, going 23-18 here last season.
Well, maybe Santa Claus had a bad year that year, Kevin. I don't know. But look, I mean, if you're stinking it up in front of Philly fans, they're going to let you know. I mean, they're going to boo you. They're brutally honest. On the flip side, though, when you play well, I mean, they're going to back you.
Now here's Carter Williams. Young, a screen on Williams. Kicks to Hawes. Horford with the block. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. Now here's Carter Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Young. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Hawks leading. Williams kicks to Teague. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Moultries check in for Thaddeus Young. The 76ers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Outside Turner. On the wing, Jason Richardson. Shot's good from Hawes. Hawes got it all tied up now for Philadelphia.
You know, when he gets the ball that close to the basket, it's almost an automatic 2 points.
Well, the defense has to battle him down there and keep him out of position in the first place. Do your work early.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Well, it was a healthy season last year for Spencer Hawes, and maybe not the guy they were hoping to hold down their center spot in Philadelphia after trading for Andrew Bynum during the offseason, but Hawes was more than serviceable in his expanded role in the middle.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Brett Brown as he addressed his team. He told the team he can live with giving up three-point shots, but that they cannot give up any more easy looks inside. He made that crystal clear. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris. And Hawes showed his great start in the condensed season of 2011-12. He wasn't a mirage. He played well last season.
Well, he's a finesse center. He's very skilled. He can pass, shoot from long range, and did a pretty good job on the glass, too.
Carter Williams off the pick from Hawes. 4 on the clock. Richardson for 3. There's the bucket. Good. And now it's a 3-point 76ers lead.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Here's Teague. Misses off the right iron.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
And here is Carter Williams. He feeds it to Turner. Rebounded by Korver.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Millsap sets the pick for Teague. Williams fires. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Carter Williams dishes to Hawes. Turner gets the screen from Hawes. Turner passes to Moultrie. Down low. That shot's good from Hawes. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Good ball movement. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Outside Teague. There's the dish to Korver. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Korver's got 5 now. Here's Carter Williams. The feed to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Hawes. Richardson for 3. Rebound Atlanta. Horford's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Williams kicks to Korver. All sorts of time. Rejected by Hawes. Turner dishes to Hawes. Carter Williams with it. He kicks it to Richardson. Shoots. Richardson missing again.
You know, that mid-range jump shot is not his strong suit, even when he gets a good look like that.
Millsap a screen. Teague against Richardson. The 3 from Korver. It's hauled in by Spencer Hawes. Hawes got 5 rebounds tonight. Carter Williams the pass to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Hawes. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
So for the Hawks, Brand comes in for Paul Millsap. And Damari Carroll subbed in for Kyle Korver. The Hawks trail by 3. Here's Schroeder. He dishes it to Horford. And it's rejected. 4 on 3 break. Here's White. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. White's got 8 points. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the 76ers.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And the other thing they're doing, Clark, is scoring a lot of points off turnovers, forcing mistakes and cashing in.
No good from Brand. The 76ers leading by 5. Anderson kicks to Carter Williams. Moultrie setting the pick for Turner. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Checking out the game Evan Turner is having. He's got 11 points and 8 dimes.
Now getting to the free throw line and converting once he's there, along with his passing, those are the areas where he's really been strong.
Well, yeah, guys, it's basically just old school basketball he's been playing. I love it. The Hawks last season weren't really a bad offensive team, but they did have one of the more memorable offensive nights, and not for anything positive. In a January game against a tough Bulls team, the Hawks only scored 58 points over the course of the entire game.
Here's Schroeder. Feeds to Horford. No good. Some solid defense from Moultrie. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. As you said, the Hawks had one of the worst offensive nights, Clark, in the NBA, but overall, we're a solid offensive team right around the middle of the league. Steve just goes to show what can happen when a team goes cold.
Yeah, when you don't have that one guy who you can always lean on to score, and there are going to be some nights where everything just misses, and I think that was the case that game against Chicago. It was kind of bizarre, but hey, over the course of 82 games, it's going to happen.
Here's Turner following the basket by Al Horford. Turner dishes to Anderson. Carter Williams the pass to Turner. And Anderson kicks to Turner. Inside, here's Moultrie. Another shot. Good work defensively by Horford.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Schroeder kicks to Brand. It's good from in tight. Brand's got 12 points in the game.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
And it's blocked. Here's Schroeder. Jenkins dishes to Brand. Now here's Jenkins. He's covered by Anderson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
John Jenkins. 2 shots.
That one is off. And some changes here for the 76ers. Noel comes in for Arnett Moultrie. Young is subbed in for Carter Williams. And he's good on the second. Now Anderson, he's got 14. This is to Young. Pass to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Young. The kick out to Anderson. Now the pass to Young. 6 to shoot. Outside Turner. Drains the three-pointer. Turner's got 5 points in the quarter.
This is incredible. It's been a 3-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
46 seconds left here in the third quarter.
You know, with the time left, they can trade 2 for 1 here.
If they hurry.
Horford with the screen on Turner. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The 76ers leading by 5. White the pass to Anderson. Kicks to Noel. Outside Turner. Noel sets a screen for Turner. 6 on the shot clock. Brand against Young. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. Here's Jenkins. Passes it to Schroeder. Shot from the top of the key. That drops. Schroeder's got 6 points. Anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. And now we present our State Farm assist of the game. With 5 total assists in the game, we've seen some great passing tonight from Carter Williams.
And his passing ability is why they make sure the offense runs through him on a regular basis. Great assists like the one we just saw.
The 76ers leading by 3. 4th quarter on the court for the Hawks. Williams the 2 with Korver at the 3. Elton Brand is out there with Paul Millsap. And it's Teague in at the point guard position. And Young kicks to Turner. Goes up to the stripe. And he gets it to go. Turner's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the 76ers. Williams gets a screen from Brand. Williams dishes to Millsap. Good. And it's Williams who picks up the assist. That's 10 points for Paul Millsap.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage of such a tight game, I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
Now, here's Richardson. Just 5 to shoot. Good! And that's 20 points for Evan Turner.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Outside for Millsap. Oh, that's blocked. Now the 76ers on the break. Turner leading the charge. Anderson outside. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. And Noel throws it down. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Teague gets to Brand. Teague against Turner. Now here's Teague. D right on him. He feeds it to Korver. Shot on the wing. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. Last quarter of play. About 2 minutes in now. Pass to Anderson. It's Young on the wing. The dish to Noel. Here's Anderson. And the layup's good off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 7.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Now here's Williams. Drops in the layup for 2. Williams has got 23 points.
Loose defense at such a critical time. You're better off sending him to the line than giving him 2 points.
Young inside. Millsap covering. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Noel. And it's Carter Williams in for James Anderson. And Young, here we go. And that is good.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Atlanta calls timeout. Have to like what we're seeing from Turner.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. The message, stick with it. He said the game is right there, fellas, right there for the taking. But we've got to play with purpose and precision. Kevin, can they get it done?
And thank you, Doris. Now here's Teague. Teague left side. Out left to the wing. Korver passes to Teague. The feed to Williams. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 8th assist in the game. Philadelphia leading by 4. Carter Williams with it. Picked up by Teague. Young, a screen on Williams. Richardson dishes to Young. Stolen by Brand. Fast break, the Hawks for the finish. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line. It's on Jason Richardson.
Some good play from Teague in this one. He has 8 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
Free throw, good. Teague. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Easy buckets, guys, are best gotten in transition. The Hawks were very good in that department, and it's how they were able to be a playoff team even while losing the players that they did before last season. The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Williams. He kicks it to Brand. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 6. And here's Korver from the arc, and he gets it to go. And back to the Hawks, would end up 3rd overall in fast break points. You know, Steve, as soon as they got a rebound, everyone knew to fill a lane, and they could certainly finish at the rim.
Well, they had a point guard who really loved to push the ball in Jeff Teague, so that seemed to be the right strategy for this club. Of course, they've gone through a lot of changes in the offseason. I think they're in a situation where they're trying to grow. They added Paul Millsap, but this is more about the future than it is about the present.
The Hawks trail by 5. Now here's Teague. He dishes it to Williams. Back to Teague. Feeds it to Korver. Pass to Teague. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Williams. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. That's 29 points for Lou Williams.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Now, here is Young. Out to Turner. Shoots. Misses off the left iron.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds thus far.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game eventually.
Williams with the ball, guarded by Hawes. Korver kicks to Brand. Turner with the steal. Here's Carter Williams. Here's Hawes, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the 76ers lead by 4.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety. Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture. Clutch.
This is to Richardson. Young passes to Richardson. Carter Williams kicks to Hawes. Richardson with it. He's picked up by Brand, and it's good. Richardson's got 24 points. The Hawks trail by 3. Williams gets a screen from Brand. Williams dishes to Brand. Back to Williams. There's the pass to Korver. 6 to shoot. Williams passes to Teague. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Teague's got the game tied up here for the Hawks. And here is Carter Williams. Young sets a screen for Carter Williams. Young, a screen on Teague from deep. Richardson, and he gets it to go. Richardson's got 15 points in just the second half. Outside Teague. Teague gets a screen from Millsap. Here is Korver. Turner covering. Korver kicks to Williams. Here's Brand over Richardson. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Brand.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Carter Williams with it. Kicks to Young. The jump hook, and again, it's Philadelphia.
This has been a different kind of game here in the second half. I thought both clubs a little slow in the first.
No question, but they're really going at it now.
Now here's Millsap. Teague dishes to Williams. Brand sets a screen for Williams. And it's blocked by Hawes. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Al Horford is checked in for Elton Brand.
Now into the lineup for the Hawks. Al Horford.
3 on the clock. Millsap and the Hawks getting another basket right there.
You know, as soon as he got an opening, he let it fly. That was a big shot there.
Philadelphia's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Lets a floater go. Carter Williams with the bucket.
They've been so efficient in the paint in this game. That's an area they've totally dominated.
You know, once they ID'd the edge they had inside, they just continued to attack.
Horford kicks to Corbin. Another 3 for Atlanta.
That's demoralizing. They needed a stop there, and instead they give up 3 points on an open look.
Pass to Young. He feeds it to Turner. Young, a screen on Teague. Here's Turner, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Philadelphia, Evan Turner. At the line for 2.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw.
Don't be disappointed not to have converted all of them, but he did get the big one to give them the lead.
Williams against Richardson. Williams passes to Horford. Back to Williams. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Williams has got 13 points here in the second half alone. The 76ers trail. Timeout called the 76ers. You have to like what we're seeing from Lou Williams.
He's on fire, and they needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hand.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He wanted them running a more structured offense. He said, this isn't playground basketball. We need guys working together to create better opportunities. He also talked about their perimeter defense. He does not want to see anyone getting easy outside opportunities. He wants their defense to blanket those outside shooters. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Now here's Carter Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. Hawes got 4 points this quarter.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Teague with the ball, covered by Carter Williams. Outside Williams. 6 to shoot. Here's Horford. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 6 assists now in the game. Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark and Steve. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you hate to lose it.
Boy, after all this energy that both teams have expended, you're right, Clark. This would be a tough one to lose.
Carter Williams, Atlanta with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Williams dishes to Millsap, and he gets it to go. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
And the 76ers call time here. They trail by 1. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Carter Williams kicks to Young. Over to the wing. 76ers moving the ball around. Shot's good from Hawes.
Well, they really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now here's Williams. And it's Turner off the drive. Young passes to Carter Williams. Turner up top. Here's Carter Williams. Shot clock at 6. From the high post. Good!
Oh, what a clutch shot. That could be the difference maker.
Big moment in this game.
The Hawks shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. And stolen by Richardson. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Yes!
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're behind by 5. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Noel's checked in for Philadelphia. Richardson against Williams. Teague for 3. The rebound by Turner. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. 13 foul.
16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Williams with the ball to end the run. That's blocked. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. 6 seconds left to play here in the fourth. The 3 ball. The shot no good. So Philadelphia wins it. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, it's time to say so long.